Hi, my name is Hannah Estifanos, and I'm the Director of Food and Nutrition Programs at CitiHope International. One of my favorite quotes comes from Robert F. Kennedy and says this: "Few of us will have the greatness to bend history itself, but each of us can work to change a small portion of events, and in the total of all those acts will be written the history of this generation. It is from numberless diverse acts of courage and belief that human history is shaped." When I think about this quote, I think about the Republic of Belarus, the country that absorbed 70% of the nuclear fallout from Chernobyl, the world's worst nuclear disaster, which happened in neighboring Ukraine 30 years ago. And I think about the people that I've met in Belarus since that time, as the country has recovered with incredible grace and resilience. I think about Dr. Olga Alenikova, pediatric oncologist, who, as increasing numbers of radiation-related cancer cases showed up in her hospital, and as the Soviet Union and its health system were collapsing, had the courage to do everything she could with very limited resources to treat her patients, and who had the courage and the audacity to challenge 3 American visitors who showed up at her hospital in 1990 to go and come back and bring me 1,000 vials of methotrexate for me to treat my patients. Those 3 visitors, Paul Moore Sr., Paul Moore Jr., and Dr. Michael Christensen, would return with 2,000 vials of methotrexate, and CitiHope International was born, working with Dr. Olga and with physicians like her in Belarus to rebuild the nation's health system and improve standards of health care for thousands of people over the next 2 decades. When I last visited Belarus 5 years ago, Dr. Olga proudly reported that today she treats patients not only from Belarus, but from surrounding nations who recognize her as a leading expert in the field of pediatric oncology. And now fully 3/4 of her patients go into remission. I think of Dr. Michael Sobel, who advised the Belarusian government during the environmental cleanup efforts following Chernobyl, and went on to become CitiHope's Belarus country director, overseeing the health programs that brought health, healing, and hope to thousands, and in the process becoming a beloved friend, brother, mentor to so many people who met him through CitiHope's work, and becoming like a second father to me. I think of Olga Barkun, a young Belarusian mother whom I met when volunteering with her at the Belarusian Children's Hospice in 2009. Olga shared that she was the mother of a son with disabilities, and her experience as a mom gave her so much compassion for other children with significant health needs that she spent what limited free time she had when not caring for her own son in volunteering to help other children in similar situations. One of my greatest honors in life was being able to introduce Olga to CitiHope, who was able to help her and her family access the specialized medicine they needed to treat her son's neurological condition, a medicine that was not available in Belarus at the time. And I think of Tanya, whose last name I don't even know, a Belarusian student whom I volunteered with during my first trip to Belarus back in 2005. When asked what inspired her to volunteer her time in service of others, Tanya answered, "I think about it sometimes, and I think, if I don't do it, who will?" And so today, on the 30th anniversary of Chernobyl, I think of Dr. Alenikova, of Dr. Sobel, of Olga, of Tanya, and of the countless others in Belarus who, over the past 30 years, have done what they could with what they had, where they were, in small and large acts of courage and belief that have changed the history of an entire nation and have impacted my life forever. Thank you, and Я люблю тебя, Беларусь.